Hello, everybody, and good evening. Welcome to Session 5 of the Soul's Confidant, an Invisible Sun campaign run in the surreal world of Saturnine, created by Magica Games. I am your Game Master, Mare, and I use they, she pronouns. And as always, when we start off the game of Invisible Sun, we are all going to say who we are, our character and our character sentence, and anything you'd like to talk about during downtime. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with Hamnah.
All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Hamnah. I use any and all pronouns, and today I will be playing Roshni, who uses they, them pronouns. Roshni is an itinerant ardent of the Order of Weavers who caught Fire's eye. And I have that memorized now.
Hell yeah, I'm so proud of you.
Hell yeah. All right. What did Roshni do during downtime? Roshni tried to learn a little bit more about what might be going on with Lillian, but to no avail. I'm sorry, Lillian, I tried. Do I want to say any of the other things? Roshni got a letter from someone interesting. It was Taryn. And I don't think I want to share the rest of it. Roshni did things and learned things, and that's all I will say.
Which you will be cashing in on at the beginning of this session. Val goes last. C.
Hi y'all, my name's C. I use they, them pronouns. I am playing Alecto, who uses they, them, or they, rem pronoun, otherwise known as the Curse Maker, who is an Eremitic Stoic apostate who converses with everything. And this downtime, Alecto made no new cursed objects because they did not get a new cursed shipment, and their shop got broken into again.
Alex?
Wait, got broken into again? Oh my god.
Again! With this time with claw marks, motherfuckers! This time with claws!
Oh my god. Anyway.
They did some shop repair.
Yeah.
Yeah, shop repair. Okay, Rafi's also pissed, too.
Oh god. Anyway, hello everyone. My name is Alex. I use they, them pronouns, and tonight I will be playing Eleanor, who is a connected empathic maker who revels in beauty. In my downtime, I made a thing. And that's all we have to say about that.
Lillian, April, not Lillian, April.
It's the same thing. Hi, everyone. I'm April. She, her, like my character, Lillian, who is I can't read my character sheet. Sorry, I have the wrong tab open.
It's okay.
I didn't. Unlike Roshni, Lillian does not know who she is, but she is a bizarre ardent of the Order of Goetic who splinters into fragments. And during my downtime, Lillian bought a gun.
And Val, who will also be doing our recap from last session.
Hi everyone, my name is Valiant Dorian. I use he, him, his pronouns. I'm a TTRPG performer and GM. Just hanging out with my wonderful folks here. I play Ishmael, who uses he, they pronouns, and Ishmael is an iconoclastic empath of the Order of Goetics who calls upon the serpent. In terms of downtime activities, Ishmael was being a good boy, spent some time studying some spells, took some time to study, really put in the effort there, and also purchased a gun. I'm very happy about that. And also took some time to go and reach out to Eleanor for a social visit. Wow. We're making it work, y'all. And I guess I shall hop on to doing the recap for us. Well, this day was eventful. I cannot even begin to conceive as to how all of these ropes intertwine. Between all these different hand armors, do they function the same way? Do they have the same properties? Did Anya truly ask no questions when designing these? In any rate, it feels that every time we reach out to a new answer, 6 more questions take its place. But there was some joy, though. I managed to convince Lillian to join me to achieve our 2nd degree goetic advancement. It was very interesting. Lillian now has an interesting familiar, Umbra, canine familiar, who seems rather protective of her. Sure puts my heart at ease. I'm sure it puts your heart at ease to know that she is safe, Kira. But anyway, a good day nonetheless. I also achieved a familiar known as the Forgiver of Fault, and I do not have the capacity at the moment to analyze to what extent that relates to me and my own feelings. But soon after, the rest of us joined to go and meet up with a contact of both of Eleanor's and Alecto's, a person named Teth, who seemed to have a close relationship with Anya while she was alive. We hoped for more answers, some better understanding of where the paths lead, what kind of person Anya is. And everything took a left turn rather quickly. It seemed that Alecto and Teth have a very strained relationship, to say the least. In fact, a fight nearly broke out. But thanks to the efforts of Eleanor and slight intervention from myself, it didn't escalate. We have our answers, somewhat. Able to look at the ledgers, Eleanor able to make peace with some of the information that I could not, with my skill set, decipher. Perhaps it is prudent that I visit her. She has great knowledge far beyond the reaches of my own. If I want answers, I'm going to need her wisdom. I will find you soon.
Okay. Couple things before we get started. As always, this game has a content warning. Please note that Invisible Sun is designed for mature audiences. Sex, drugs, crimes, violence, body horror, classism, and some degree of BDSM aesthetics are present in the core rules of the game. We are all using safety tools on and off the table. But please, if you're ever uncomfortable, please step away. Your safety is more important than anything else. Some specific content warnings for our campaign include violence, depression, strained, complicated relationships, anxiety, panic attacks, and self-destructive behavior. Also, as you can tell right under C on our overlay, we have an incentive bar. Is it tips or is it tips? We'll figure it out in just a second. So when we hit certain milestones, we will get bonuses for all of our players. At 80, we get a hidden knowledge, which the group can use for any of their future roles. At 160, a minor magical flux, which will hurt someone's day, will occur. And at 250, I have changed it this week where we'll be releasing the Alecto playlist. I have changed it up since from last time, yes.
I just made a noise like a squeaky toy, by the way.
We can always change it to a different playlist. I have a really good one.
It's perfect. It's perfect. It's just good.
It's fine. It's fine. And as always, we start with the first card pool of the game on the Silver Sun. We have the Questing Knight. Value of 5, Visions, Swans, Blades, and Water. Meanings, Justice, Journey, Determination, and Achieving Goals. The Apprentice of the... Oh, it's the Apprentice card. I need to pull another card. No, I don't. Never mind. It's a -1 to all empaths, so have fun. Which is accurate for what we're starting with. The Apprentice of the Visions family, the Questing Knight is a stalwart and focused individual seeking justice. But over the long term, the quest is long and hard. Success, however, comes to the persistent and the determined. So, with that, we start with one of our lovely empaths in the party, Ishmael.
Hello.
Dreams are an odd thing. And this dream has been plaguing you constantly over the course of many, many months. It is bittersweet. Would you like to tell us a little bit about your dream and what you are doing?
Just to clarify, Is it what we recently
Yes.
discussed about? It begins as it always does. I remember it like it is seared into the back of my own skull. The two of us, walking. Wet, cobbled roads, stones, glistening from the rain, the drizzle that came before. We walk in lockstep as we always do. And I am fumbling through my pockets. A piece of paper I am fidgeting in my pocket. I'd like to think I kept my composure, but I do not think it translated. We walked in comfortable silence, small talk, but my mind lingers back into that rolled up piece of paper in my pocket.
Kieran
One
is
eye.
next to you. In white, loose robes tinged in blue, as you both eventually make your way to a small park in a far corner of far town, far from your home and the constant bellowing tales of Yasser.
Thank goodness for that. I'm pretty sure he would find a way to ruin this moment. I could feel my heart rising up to the highest points of my chest, and I look, Morning Star.
Yes. Angel Eyes? They kind of stop and take like a pivot in front of you, walking backwards a little bit as you are trying to talk. Are you okay?
I fear that my chest might give way at any moment, but you see him kind of fumble into his pockets and pull out said parchment and hold it in front of him like a prayer, holding on to it desperately.
They glance down at this probably very crumpled piece of paper right now.
Mm-hmm.
And they
Very well loved.
Lots of scribbles and things crossed out, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
And they stop walking and actually place one hand, one each on both of your shoulders. Breathe, what is it? I've never seen you this nervous.
Ishmael takes a deep breath, shakily, as he looks upon Kiran, their eyes, their disheveled hair, and Kiran, there's something I must confess.
It must be pretty important if you're this nervous. Is everything okay?
Yes. No. Maybe. It really depends on. Look, I've rehearsed this, and rewritten this so many times. I've lost count, Kiran.
Weren't you a lawyer in Shadow?
Yes, I was.
Come on.
But
you can do it. Come on, I'm sure talking in front of courtrooms and students is much easier than... must have been much harder than what you're trying to say.
He mutters under his breath, I wish that were actually true. Kiran, the feeling did not stop. I waited for it to dissipate, but it stayed. All I could think about was how brightly you smiled, how perfectly disheveled your hair is, and how you never let me get away with anything.
As you are starting to speak, first of all, there is a slight blush, but also their hands grip your shoulders a little bit in confusion. Maybe.
Ishmael pulls his right hand up and Shesha slithers up the arm. Actually, for fun, let's make it the left arm because
Val got a tattoo, y'all.
I got a tattoo of this, everyone. That's how much this game means to me. I have it on my body forever. The left arm kind of like reaches onto his shoulder that Kiran is gripping upon and squeezes it. You've been on my mind every waking moment. Even in the throes of sleep, you're there. From breakfast at mine to evenings at Speakeasy, I begin and end my days with you. You're a necessity for me.
And with that, their hands grip your shoulders a little tighter, and they look at you, but look past you as well. And what confusion was there turns into surprise before you are shoved to the ground as something whizzes past your side and hits Kiran, and there is a loud explosion, careening both you and Kiran back away from each other. You fall on the ground. They hit a tree. Wind knocked out of you, ears ringing.
Ishmael like shakes their head and just tries to get up onto their elbows from the ground. Vision blurred, head spinning as they immediately look through this commotion, just looking only for Kiran.
As you are looking, there is smoke everywhere. Some of the branches on the trees are burning. The normally autumn leaves, instead of bright orange of autumn, are bright orange with fire. And as you are attempting to go to your elbows, you feel something strong slam onto your back and put you back on the ground. And two very large claws on each side of your head. But you can see Kiran, who is also attempting to rise from the ground, looking up at someone standing in front of them. A long, dark brown braid hanging behind them in deep blue, possibly blue, it's hard to tell between the smoke, clothes.
I feel Ishmael just kind of like struggles against this person and would in this moment, in this pure desperation, call upon the power of the serpent to try and attempt to writhe this creature off of him, the bite of the serpent, hopefully. And as he is doing this, just scream, "Get away from them!"
Something, as this is a memory, you call upon this serpent, snakes biting at this large, strong creature, and it just digs you into the ground as you look on as Kiran is yelling at whoever this is, and they are yelling back. But eventually Kiran's eyes look at you and meet your gaze. And then
I'm coming!
the person grabs their wrist and pulls them away. Kiran following.
Still struggling and just kind of writhing past this thing. I think Ishmael feels like the strength of whatever creature's arms just envelop him as the smoke continues to suffocate him. And seeing their shadows and figures disappear, just screaming, "Kiran! Kiran!" And
yeah. Eventually,
if I may add,
yep, you may go for it.
sorry,
Good.
the crumpled piece of paper, now soggy, fading in a far-off puddle.
And as all dreams must do, they come to an end. And you wake up in your bed, your house, as always, reflecting your most current dream or nightmare. The smoke thick upon the ground.
I think this time there's an addition to the house.
Oh.
There's a shadowy figure that stands at the very corner of the bedroom, just staring right into the bed. And Ishmael, kind of like half asleep, just sees this figure at the corner of the room, grabs the pistol and aims it at that figure. Realizes it's just the house. So be it. So be it. Tries to get up for the rest of the day.
As you get up for the rest of the day and begin to head over to Eleanor's before the two of you head over to Lillian's, where Roshni and Alecto stayed the night, we will quickly go over to Roshni. Probably this is the day before, or very early morning, before you're supposed to meet everyone. I'll let it be up to you. You recently got some intel over the course of our downtime. Shutter was kind enough to tell you on where you can meet and talk to someone. They are at a place called Cafe/Bar. Cafe/Bar is a lovely little place called Bar during the daytime, which is a lovely little bakery and cafe. But as soon as sunset hits, it becomes cafe, which is a nice wine bar. But they told you that early in the morning at Bar.
I think Roshni would walk in to Bar, just as they always do, you know, satchel on their hip, book poking out, the ribbon a deep sea green today, and they walk over to the counter as they enter and just order any kind of drink. They're not really paying attention really to the menu very much. They just kind of like glance at it, and whatever the first item on the menu is, they're like, yep, just that drink.
Sure.
And they're just kind of looking around, trying to see if they can find the person that they are here to see.
To see/ambush. Yep. Yes. As you look around, you do see who you are looking for. They are in the back towards near the table right near the door that would lead back into like the kitchen area and such like that. Their back is against the wall, and they are wearing deep navy blue pants and a navy blue shirt. A dark coat is hung over the chair, and they are drinking a cup of coffee. This is someone you have only seen in pictures, with disheveled brown hair and hazel eyes and light brown skin. Kitten.
I have met them once before, actually.
You have met them once, that's right.
Are they alone?
They
at
are
this
currently
table?
alone, because I'm assuming you are going before their meeting. Unless you don't want to.
No. I do want them to be alone. It was just a matter of, do I need to wait for their meeting to end? So Roshni would then take their drink, whatever it was, from the barista who gave it to them, and they will walk on over to Kitten and sit down on the chair across from them and just say, "So, I hear you deal in emotion leaves."
They are actually reading a book as you walk up, and they kind of like pause, like their drink halfway up to their mouth when you speak, and then they glance up at you. Nice to meet you again. I guess I am meeting someone though, and that's their seat.
Oh, don't worry, darling. I won't be here for very long. I'll be gone before they get here. I just wanted to talk with you, and you are a difficult person to track down.
They don't say anything, but they just kind of give you a look. Their eyes go back and forth, and then once look past you towards the front door. But they don't move.
I will, as their eyes go to the front door, also follow where their eyes are going. Are they looking just at the door, or is there somebody there?
There's no one that you can see. It looks like it was just towards the door.
Okay.
And no one was entering when you looked as well.
So, Kitten, you've got quite the business going, don't you?
I wouldn't say it's my business.
No? And whose business would you say it is, then?
Roshni, is it?
Yes.
That's on a need-to-know basis. I'm sorry.
Oh, need to know. Right. And they go to their satchel and they pull out an item that I think Kieran would definitely recognize.
They would, yes.
It is a serpent scale that, as Roshni pulls out, is like constantly shifting colors between blue and gold. And they just hold it out in their hand. You can trust me. And if I recall, at a certain point in time, I was somebody who needed to know something.
And last time I checked, you getting a secret is payment. So there is no other deal that needs to be done around here. And if
No, there are no obligations here. I am merely reminding you that this still existing, it means that I've kept my end of the bargain. And I am wonderful to have as an ally, Kitten, but a really, really nasty enemy.
I don't appreciate being threatened, honestly. And I'm gonna be quite honest, your little threats with that, and they nod to the serpent scale, are child's play.
Child's play, right. I think you and I both know I could do a lot of damage with this information, and it wouldn't just be revealing it. I think you care about them a lot, don't you?
Roshni, have you ever had someone you care about so much that you would do anything to protect them?
Yes, and I know that you do too, and that's what I'm counting on.
That, and they actually, is it still on the table?
Yes.
They just kind of tap it with their fingers. This secret is nothing in comparison to the threats that I am currently being dealt.
Well, it's your lucky day, Kitten. I'm here to free you of that burden. Look, you care a lot.
I would also like to just say as a note to you, because I forgot to mention it, they're not wearing the hand armor.
I would just like to offer you a deal. That's all. You care a lot about him, right? He is in danger. With everything that you are doing, you might think that you have a handle on it, but trust me, you really don't. And if you don't want them to get hurt, I implore you to involve me in whatever it is that's going on here, because I can assure you that they will be protected, but not if you make an enemy out of me, Gideon.
And unlike some other people that are threatening them, once again, you are child's play.
I really wouldn't test me here.
If you want in on the emotion leaves, I can get you in on the emotion leaves.
You know that's not really what I'm here for. Don't play with me.
Enlighten me, please, because you're running very close to my meeting.
Darling, the accessories you have been after lately, one of them that you gave to the lovely Taryn, do you remember?
Vaguely.
I know you have the other two. You and your sister, Ophelia. And I think that if you want them to be safe, you need to part with them. You already knew that before, didn't you? That's why you gave it to Taryn, the first one. You knew that you wouldn't be able to keep it safe, so I'm here to offer you safekeeping. And in that, your friend will also stay safe.
And I should trust someone who was previously threatening me because...
Because I have access to people that you trust.
Roll me a persuasion.
Okay. All right. Not an empath, so I don't get the -2.
Oh,
right?
I should have pulled
-1.
another card. Hold on. That's adept, so I gotta pull another card.
Okay.
This will give you whether I've pulled on the blue sun the unwelcome child. So a -1.
That hurts. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, you get the -1 because you're an adept. So
Okay. Okay. Cool. So I have +2 to persuasion, and then I'm gonna use an interaction bene. So that's 2.
yeah. So
Can I say that the hidden knowledge of having Kiran's secret allows me to add 1 to this roll?
for a hidden knowledge, yes.
Oh, ow, sorry. Yes, okay, cool. So I'm gonna add 3 to this roll and hope to dear God that things are okay.
Yes, please roll me a d10.
Okay. No! Oh my God!
What'd
I rolled a 1. +3 is 4.
They actually stand up. This conversation is done.
Can I cast a spell to make them sit back down?
If you want to have the whole restaurant's, the whole cafe's eyes on you,
Yeah, whatever. Fuck it.
because you're
Let's
going to
do
be
it.
causing a commotion.
Let's do it. Whatever, dude.
Okay.
What do I need to roll to make this
You need to
spell
cast
happen?
magic.
Okay. So same as the spell that I used with Terran. So this is aggregates of fire and lust, specifically looking at proximity and what is the other? Yes. So movement and proximity. So moving Kiran down onto the chair. I can't remember how much sorcery you said it was last time.
Let's just say it was 4.
Okay, cool.
But you have
Then
a
I will spend
-1,
4
so you just tell me what you get on the die. I'll tell you if you succeed or not. You need to roll 2 dice.
Okay, cool. I rolled an 8 and an 8.
Yes, so they are pulled back down on their seat. But in that, because spell casting is, you do have some kind of talking and hand movements. There is a visible component. You do get like a bunch of eyes on you, and the person at the counter is just like, "Hey, keep it down over there. Don't make
worry,
me kick
it's
you out."
Just a lover's quarrel, don't worry.
Seriously, make it quick, because I don't have time to be dealing with your bullshit.
Trust me, darling, I don't have time for you either, but here we are.
And yet the more you coerce me and push the subject makes me want to work with you less. So maybe you're not as good at persuading as you think you are.
Kiran, I would be careful with the words that you use. You have to remember, I do have access to people that you care about, and I'm really just here to make things easier for you.
And
Because
if you
look,
think you're
I am
to
going to
continue
get...
strong-arming me? You're wrong.
Then I hope you know that you will have made your own choice. I'm here to make it easier for you. I will get what I want either way. You can either give it to me, or I can take it.
I'd like to see you try. And this time they stand up again, because I don't think your duration on your weaves are long enough for like a round. So
That's totally fine.
yeah, it's like a very short, it's either a very short duration or it's an immediate duration. So they stand up, grab their jacket, put some crystal on the table, and walk past you.
All right, well, I suppose all that's left to do then is to find Avelia and take the hand armor off of them myself. And Roshni will finish their drink at the table.
Okay. Ishmael, after you've gotten ready, you head over to the house without a key to talk to Eleanor and I will read the next card. On the Indigo Sun, I have the Doctor. What's with all these terrible cards, y'all?
Why?
Vision, swans, blades, and water, wisdom, health, dependence upon others, and disease. Empaths get a -2 to their ventures. But yeah, tell us about when you make your way to Eleanor's, please.
Ishmael has realized that he hasn't been able to really connect with Eleanor, even though they've interacted once before with the making of his necklace. So wants to make that connection and get to know more about Eleanor and hopefully find more pieces to the puzzle through that. So as he gets dressed and makes his way over armed as well, because
as you leave your house, kind of also like a movement-based thing, you hear like a child screaming over from Yasser's house, and you see a bouquet of these odd flowers that look like little people. Like if anyone has seen a naked man orchid, it looks like that. And there's a bouquet sitting in front of his door, and they are screaming.
Is this Emery? Has he done this? That motherfucker!
Ishmael, seeing this commotion, has Yasser reacted?
Do you stick around long enough to find out?
Yes!
You stick around long enough to find out, and eventually Yasser comes out in a robe, picks up the fucking bouquet, and walks inside, and you hear cursing the entire time.
You see Ishmael just breathe in as he's locking the door behind him. Maybe today will be a good day. Maybe today will be a good day. And locks the door, sees the large fangs of his serpentine house, and heads over to the house without a key. That was so good.
I didn't want to forget. Naked man
What
orchids,
joy.
look them up. They're creepy looking orchids, but they're great.
Oh, God, so good. But yeah, he'll make his way over, kind of just in his own head, thinking about how to greet Eleanor. This is like a very, very like sudden visit, so he's kind of like prepping in his head how to approach once he gets there.
It's easy enough to get to Eleanor's, the house without the key. This tall, narrow-looking, janky-looking house, which is open to all. Do you knock or do you just walk right in? Have you ever been here before?
No! I've not been here, but Kiran has spoken about the house without a key, like in passing before.
Yeah.
So he would have known of it and the location, but not actually interacted with it. So thinking, not knowing anything, would just knock to be polite.
You don't get an answer. Do you knock again?
He'll knock again, yeah.
The door opens on its own. No one is behind it.
Oh, all right. And he kind of like slips past and he goes, Eleanor, dear, I've come to pay you a visit.
There's a couple people like sitting in like the entryway. Like there's like when you walk in, there's if you don't mind me describing this, Alex, there's like a living room and such, and there's like a couple people just sitting down, like conversing on the couch. One of them actually, their entire body is made out of like what looks like ink scribbles, like when you're scratching on a just a piece of paper, and they kind of give you a look, and they're like, she's usually in the back.
Thank you. It's my first time here. Appreciate
Yeah,
your
you can
kindness.
come and go as you please. Just don't cause trouble.
That is very fair rules. We'll do.
Yeah,
Thank
where do they find you, Eleanor?
They find me in the back on the first floor in a large open space that is half like painting studio, half like crafting room. So there's a variety of workbenches, bottles, miscellaneous solutions of unknown purpose, just, maker shit. And Eleanor is currently just sitting down in the middle of the room, just looking absolutely fucking exhausted.
Where do you keep the flowers?
Those I keep in my bedroom.
Okay. So they would not see them.
No.
Okay.
I think Ishmael kind of enters the room and is just kind of like, well, I hope I'm not interrupting.
Oh, Ishmael, hello. No, not at all. Not at all.
Didn't mean to startle you. Are you all right?
I'm fine. I've just been a little busy recently.
I apologize to intrude upon your time then. I
That-
realized we
Never a
haven't-
problem.
I realized we haven't spent enough time getting to know each other, and I wanted to take that opportunity now, if that is all right with you.
Of course. Welcome in.
And you see Ishmael just kind of like tap the side of his forehead and goes, "Ah, where are my manners? As a guest, I didn't bring you any gifts. One moment." And he will cast Exiguous Appeasement.
Would you like to read out what it does? Because I don't know what will appear. Alex will tell us what appears. So please read
Oh
the
god,
spell.
I don't
Sure.
even know what this spell does.
Yeah, they're gonna
I
read it out.
conjure a trifle that will please a specific nearby being I choose. The object is impractical and inexpensive, but delightful to the target. Examples include a piece of their favorite candy, paper origami of their favorite animal, or a glass bead that is their favorite color. I don't control what I create, but I know it will please them if I give it as a gift. In certain circumstances, it might grant me a one-time bonus to an interaction.
So what appears, Alex?
Okay. Do you mind if I describe like 2 small things that are associated at this point? So what appears in Eleanor's hands are a pair of flowers, and let me grab the description of these. Let's see. Oh gosh, where is the description? Okay, yes. So a pair of flowers. These are tiger lilies and snapdragons, and they are quite literally tiger lilies and snapdragons. They're these little purring tiger flowers, and these dragons that, without the calmness that the cats are trying to impart, would probably be snapping around. So
A pair
I think
of flowers.
as he conjures that, he goes, "Oh, how delightful. For you."
thank you. I'll sort of like
Handsome.
hold them, just sort of like hold them onto them and like twist them in my hands for probably the duration of this conversation.
I realize that we probably haven't checked in as much with everything that's going on, but how are you? Really?
Confused more than anything. I feel like I want to find out what's going on with the hand armor, if nothing else, but for Teth. But on the other hand, there's a large part of me that just thinks that this is a job for gerents and bounty hunters as opposed to me. I don't chase people down or investigate things. I kind of wonder what I've been getting myself into. So
I have been quite curious as to not in a crude way or a rude way, but your interests and your motivations to this. I mean, it is no secret why I am a part of this. I'm looking for a friend of mine who is involved. Alecto's got their shop incident, and I often wondered, other than the incident at your own art gallery showing, why you're a part of this. Not in a rude way, I just
of course,
was wondering.
of course. Anya was special. It pains me to think that someone stole something of hers from her closest friend. But I also have a question for you, if you don't mind, in return.
Certainly, it's only fair.
What kind of person is Kieran?
Kiran has been my dearest friend since my return from Shadow. They are the kind of person that would urge me to see the goodness and value of every individual I meet, even if they make my skin crawl. They so painfully sincere that you cannot help but smile. That's the Kiran I know.
I didn't want to say this in front of everybody else because I know that there have been mixed reactions as far as they're concerned, but I saw them recently. They were bringing someone who is injured in the hollows to the house for a place to stay for treatment. So
Ishmael,
I'm suddenly... I don't know if I consider this person my enemy anymore.
you see Ishmael kind of like, I think he's still standing, and he kind of like involuntarily leans against the wall. And he just kind of like chuckles in this really wry way.
I'm sorry I didn't tell you earlier. If there was
No.
anything else, I would have, but they
No.
ran as soon as they saw me.
No, No, this is good news. This is good news.
I'm glad.
You seem kind of like, you see Ishmael's bluster just fall away a little bit hearing this. There's no suaveness to his step. The shoulders are slumped a little bit more. As you said, there are mixed feelings about Kiran. And it feels oftentimes that it is only my voice acting in their defense. It is good to know that my faith is not misplaced. They ran off.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Thank you for telling me.
Of course.
And I do not mean to pry. But Eleanor, you seem learned in many of the forces that I do not have knowledge of. When I brought up these these organizations that work in the shadows, you seem to understand at least a basis of how they operate. Is that something you're willing to share with me?
Fuck. Shit.
Ishmael pays attention.
Yeah, this is not Eleanor speaking, by the way. This is Alex speaking.
You were
Fuck,
ambushed.
y'all. Oh my god. Do you mind if I ask you to pull a card for this, or should I roll? I don't know.
I have a card pulled if you want me to tell you what
Do you
it
mind?
is.
Yeah. Could you?
Looming
Could
shade.
you- Looming shade. Okay. Can you? What does that mean?
Terror, doom, impending danger, unseen
Oh
threats.
Christ. Ah, Christ. Shit. Fuck. Damn.
Interpret that as you will.
Ah.
He's asking in a nice way. You can tell he's
Oh
not
yeah.
pressing.
No. This is all internal. Okay. So we're doing this. As far as the groups you mentioned, last time we were all together, I'm afraid I only know one of them, really. The Kalmara Totality is a group I'm familiar with. Before the war and a little bit afterwards, used to work with them. Ostensibly, they are a collective of artists. They work together, promote each other's pieces, participate at galleries. It's entirely benign.
Mhm.
But they have a very particular vision about what art actually is. And they will enforce that vision as much as they possibly can, with every and all powers available to them. They will destroy pieces of art, assassinate the character of artists to keep them out of galleries, use any and all connections that they have to keep obscure, experimental creators in their place.
I'm so sorry to bring this up.
And that was what I used to do.
But no longer. Yes?
No longer.
I believe that has value in it itself. Eleanor, I'm sorry for bringing up something so painful.
No, I suppose it's important to know.
You see Ishmael nod and kind of like step a little bit closer. For what it's worth, I believe that the actions that we take now, the choices that we make now, mean a lot more than the burdens of the past. For what it's worth.
For what it's worth, I don't believe you.
You'd be wise to. I'm very good at lying. He smiles. But kind of just stays with Eleanor in silence for a few moments.
Mm.
I do not think that they're involved in this. But... so hopefully we won't have to interact with them.
You want to know the funniest thing? Part of me hopes they are involved. I would leap at the chance to hurt them in the way that they have hurt others. I don't know if that makes me vengeful or vindictive, but right now it makes me honest.
I think I would call that righteous retribution. For what it's worth.
For what it's worth.
My opinion of you has not diminished, Eleanor. It has only grown.
I just sort of shrug.
And he just kind of like hangs out with Eleanor for a little bit, I think.
Yep.
Just holding that space.
until the time comes where you are to meet Roshni, Alecto, and Lillian at Lillian's house. Lillian, would you like to give everyone a reminder on what your house looks like?
Yes. A reminder of my house. So Eleanor, because you have not been there, we'll just say you're walking up. And you see a house made of glass that's about 2, maybe 3 stories tall. It's very hard to tell because the walls are moving. The house continuously moves, and the house is made completely of glass of different opacities. I just realized I don't know the plural version of that. So you see darker walls, lighter walls, but they're all versions of glass, usually with tints of blue. And you see writing and runes of various languages carved into the glass. Because you were not there with us. I don't know how close of attention you pay to Eleanor, but you would have noticed that some of it reflects when Lillian gets nervous. The glass that starts appearing on her matches the house. And
okay, gotcha.
Mm-hmm. And you see a cat sitting out front.
What color cat is this? I never asked.
He, in a world of magic and mystery and cloud muffins, he is a normal, for the shadow world, orange and white striped tabby cat. Just
a good boy.
Just a good, chonky, Garfield-looking boy.
Oh, I
love
not
him.
Just very out of place for this mystical, magical world.
Yeah.
I love him.
And as you approach, I have pulled the next card, which is the Ambassador, which is an adept card, so I need to pull another card. So on the red sun, I have the Misunderstood Beast, notions, cats, clocks, and wind, values 0, meanings mistake, gentleness, friendship, danger, and betrayal. Green magic is enhanced, pale is hindered. And as you approach this chonky boy, does he have a name, April?
Yes. Okay. The chunky boy's name is, where'd I put it? That is not his name.
He is currently licking
Belial.
Belial?
Belial.
He's licking his butt as you approach and promptly stops when you arrive. You can follow me.
It talks? Oh my god, I should not be nearly as surprised.
And follow me. Lillian said to go lead you this way when you got here.
Ishmael kind of nods and goes, "Certainly, you go straight on, mate."
Belial walks through the glass front door, like through the glass, and keeps walking whether you follow or not. Eleanor, as you get closer, it's not every wall. It depends how opaque some of the walls are, but you do constantly, every once in a while, see your face staring back at you. Not constantly, but often.
Yeah, so Ishmael would definitely hear some small degree of hyperventilation before you hear a little rummaging through a bag of some kind. And I pull out a small red pen and just idly sort of draw a mark on myself, and I would like to use my animal visage.
Okay, and what does that do?
This is level 1 pen that makes a single red mark. When you apply this to your face, your head takes the appearance of an animal of your choosing until the sun next rises. And I would like to appear as, I don't know if anyone has ever seen this. This is a Bella moth. They are these moths with these white central bodies. The top wings are these almost like cheetah pattern, yellow with black and white dots on them. And then the inner lower wings are a sort of vibrant pink.
They're so pretty.
They are incredible creatures. And my face just becomes one of these where along the sort of center of what my neck leads into is the body of this creature. And these wings sort of like flap outwards towards people as I speak.
Ishmael will make a mental note but not say anything because he is polite.
As you continue, and yeah, your reflection also has this moth head now. But as you walk through Lillian's home, following this chunky boy,
Chunk friend.
Are you in the study?
Is Roshni and Alecto already with me?
I'm going under the assumption yes.
Okay,
but-
then yeah, we would be in the study, and there would be like a tea set out with little snacks and stuff.
Enters, first of all, Bilal, and followed by Ishmael and someone who dresses like Eleanor, but with the head of a moth.
Ah!
Uh,
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
It's
It's just me.
Good morning, Eleanor. You just took. I was a little. Is
I
that a?
I
I
understand.
love what you've done with your whole appearance. It looks great, Eleanor.
It is beautiful.
Thank you.
Darling, you look amazing.
Beautiful.
I think that Alecto had maybe been trying to teach Roshni how to actually use the daggers. And then they lower their hand, which had like pointed at Eleanor when she came in with the dagger, and they kind of like very nonchalantly put it away.
Umbra is on his bed, and Bilal walks through the door, give no fucks, go somewhere else. He does not
Thank
stick
you.
around.
Where is
Bye-bye,
Umbra's bed
Bilal.
in relation to everything else in the room?
Near the desk.
Is that somewhere that I can stand and participate productively in the conversation, but also pet the dog?
Yes, if Umbra allows.
Okay, then I will slowly approach Umbra and attempt to pet.
Reluctantly allows it. Gives you massive side eye. One thump of the tail.
Yes. Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone had a good week. I guess we should get started. Ishmael, I've learned some interesting things actually that everyone would. My aunt found some work from my parents in a guest room, but apparently she can't access that. And has offered that if we would like to come visit again, anytime we can. It's just interesting. She found books that she can't access, and I don't understand how.
Does that sound like anything that makes sense to a Visley of why that's a thing?
Possibly, yes. Without.
Is it just Visley bullshit?
It's Visley bullshit.
Okay, so Ishmael will just kind of just be like, all right, it's Visley bullshit. All right.
But also in the same respect, Ilford stopped by and told me of the location of a secret work location of my parents.
Ilford, interesting.
It is slightly destroyed, but they did give me the location, and we can go check that out as well.
Where exactly is that workspace?
The workspace is located, Mare? Where is that workspace located?
The workspace, I have to figure out the exact location in the city, but the workspace is located in an area of the ruined expanses, which are these ruined parts of the city between each of the districts, which were completely ravaged by the war. High level knowledge that you would all know is that they are dangerous, and often it's dangerous. There's a lot of unsavory things occupying those areas.
Of course. But the fact that this entity has visited you again and keeping their end of the bargain.
Yes, I do think that they are helping. As Lillian's talking, she's also distributing out new packets of pictures to everyone, of pictures she's taken throughout the week of things they did last time. You will see the picture of Alecto looking into the shop.
Alecto kind of furrows their brow at it, and then they look up at Lillian, like they almost look betrayed. They're like, Lillian, you took a picture?
I was taking a picture of the shop, and the composition was very good.
Are you sure you're not a maker?
I
You have the eye of an artist.
believe so. No, I don't. And do you continue to do you all look through the pictures?
Mm-hmm.
Near the end, you'll see a picture of Teth that is taken inside of the shop with them posed behind the counter.
These are incredible pictures, Lillian.
Just trying to keep track of everything for us.
Doing an excellent job. Thank you.
Anyone else have anything that they've learned this week, or?
I spent most of my time studying some new spells for future ventures. That's mostly it.
My shop got broken into again.
Again?
I'm
What?
very glad that you. This is probably a good thing that you have not been alone.
What was
Sort
stolen
of.
this time?
Nothing. Nothing was stolen. They came in through Rafi's the same way as before. Well, actually, no. Kieran came in the side door, right?
Kieran
No, they came in
the-
through.
Yeah, Kieran came in the side door.
Right, Kieran came in the side door. This time they came in through the front. Tore the fucking wardrobe to hell and back. And tore the lock off my door. And when I say tore, I mean I'm going to be spending weeks trying to find a new fucking door because they gouged it with claws. Big claws. Demon claws.
Okay.
I'm not an expert in carpentry, but if I can help, I will.
Thanks. I'm tired of wandering around Boston Found looking for a door.
Should really get
I
better
think-
security in your shop.
No one, this, don't start with me, little rabbit.
Oh, but this is
Rafi
concerning.
said he could smell demon as well. I think with everything that's been going on in the hollows, we should perhaps follow up on that lead, lest this house also become full of claw marks.
Or worse, broken glass.
Ishmael,
Hmm.
did Kieran ever interact with a demon?
No. In fact, Kiran exhibited very little interest in any of my Goetic studies and found it awfully confusing.
And Roshni just kind of like sighs and like I assume they've been sitting on top of Lillian's desk this whole time and they just kind of like hop off of it and they kind of pace the room a couple times and then look back at Ishmael.
Mm-hmm.
Kieran's being threatened by something.
Oh. Ishmael raises an eyebrow
Something.
at that wording.
Something, someone, I don't know. But they're being threatened. And
How do we know this?
Eleanor, who are you talking to, darling? Of course I know things. Look, Kieran is being threatened by something, and given the attacks in the hollows and the timing of it all, Ishmael, you're a Goetic. You know more about demons than I do.
And you did insist that Kieran was not working under their own proclivities.
It seems that actually might be true.
Ishmael has the dirtiest smirk. And kind of just nods. That smirk only lasts for like a millisecond before it goes back to looking through his journal. Demon activities coming up. And with, I know you work in secrets, darling Roshni, but do you have any idea of the influence of this threat? How close it is?
Only that it is powerful and that they're scared.
I'm sorry, but you know someone who has secrets about Kieran? You see the little
Roshni-
moth wings like flapping, like not agitated, but definitely flapping like curiously.
Roshni will pull out the serpent scale from their pouch and just kind of hold it out.
I have no idea what this means.
It's a secret, darling. Not one I'm about to share with all of you, by the way, but a secret.
All right.
Ishmael, you said that Kieran didn't show interest in the work, but wouldn't they have worked with my parents as well?
Yes, if you
So
remember,
they would have some knowledge then.
indeed, and if you remember, and he'll put his journal down, pull out Kieran's journal, and flip to the relevant section and mention this first line here, where they outline that they do not in fact understand the nature of the goetic work that your parents are doing. All that they know is that it's bad. And seeing that, demon claws and all of these other things that are showing up, I am a little uneasy with where this is all panning to. And I can't believe I am saying this, but I am inclined to agree with our honored curse maker that we might have to go to the Hollows.
I think you are right.
How do you know that Kieran was scared, Roshni? That's a very clear emotion.
I deal in clear information.
Interesting. Kind of just nods, and I know that the travel to the Hollows will be dangerous, and also probably the most likely place we are to find Kieran. If anyone has any reservations about going, speak now. Well, we are all
No,
doing
I
this.
think I'd like to gouge the same kind of marks and whatever left that on my door. It would make me feel better.
Is Alecto wearing the hand armor still?
They are.
I think Roshni would just kind of like, as Alecto is talking, look nervously over at their hand, whichever hand has the jewelry on it. And they go to like say something, and then they think better of it, and they don't.
Lillian, we will both need protection. Sorry, Lillian, we will both need protection before going.
Yes. We should summon something. Yes.
Preferably somewhere safe.
Can I
and not
watch?
in.
Of course.
There's a second reason why I suggested Lillian's house for starting. Lillian, your home actually has a couple of rooms of
Yes.
permanent summoning circles on the ground.
Oh, nice.
So you don't have to spend the 10 minutes to inscribe your goetic circle.
Yay for sketchy summoning parents.
Don't worry about it.
Why do you have a summoning circle just for murder? Don't worry.
Did you say murder?
I don't know.
Wait,
I'm not
nobody
high
said
enough-
anything about murder. I'm
I'm not a high enough level. I can't read that summoning circle yet. We'll find out.
You would recognize this one. This one is specifically like the summoning circle to keep something contained so it doesn't get out.
Like a protective circle?
Yeah, the protective circle. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
Who wants to go first for summoning?
I'll go. Lillian will go.
Yeah. Do you want? Can Roshni watch?
Of course.
Does anyone-
Roshni has seen Lillian perform many of these, usually as failures.
Oof.
This is also how we met. I walked in
Yeah.
on Lillian doing a summoning once in the forest.
So, would you like to describe what happens and what you do, and let me know what kind of summoning are you doing? What are you summoning a creature for? For what purpose?
I am summoning a guard,
Okay.
so some protection.
And what
And-
level? You can summon up to level 5, I believe.
I can do. I'll do a level 3 guard.
Okay. And as soon as you stand up, Umbra's up, ready to accompany you. Anyone else watching? Eleanor and Alecto? I'm assuming Ishmael's gonna watch.
Ishmael's not gonna like stare, like kind of like not invigilator style, like look, like watch, but before Lillian kind of goes forward, just kind of like looks to her. Remember everything we talked about?
Yes. Confidence. Clearly state purpose. Understand that it is a contract.
You are bringing them in.
Yes.
You hold the power. You take control of the narrative.
Yes. I control the narrative.
You control the narrative. I'm proud of
Okay.
you. You got this.
Thank you. And Lillian will start doing the summoning ritual,
Okay.
which
Go ahead.
I completely make that up, don't I?
You
There's
can make
no-
that up as little or as much as you want.
Cool. So the room is very dark, and it is one of the few rooms where the walls, the runes and the words and the writing carved in is not visible. You can tell that all writing on the floor and on the ceiling is there intentional, and anything extra could potentially ruin it. Lillian opens up her book, starts chanting words in a language that doesn't really make sense to anyone, probably except for Ishmael. And she just starts rocking back and forth. And it turns more into a question of, please, anything out there. Please, I would like to help protect me and my friends. More importantly, my friends. We could be going into danger, and I know that some of them are more likely to put themselves in harm's way than others. So please, if anyone out there, please help.
I love this. I pulled the next card. I pulled Elusive Sleep, Vision, Swans, Blades, and Water. As you summon creatures and plea out into the suns, a dark, deep puddle of black water begins to form inside the summoning circle. And it doesn't do anything right away. It just kind of slowly seeps like ink until it hits the edges of the summoning protective circle before lapping up a little bit and going back still. You know it is here. It has not said anything yet, but it is here and it is listening. And you summoned a demon, right? Okay.
Lillian would not know exactly what she's summoning, but everything she summons will be a demon.
Yeah. Ishmael, you recognize a demon.
Hello. Thank you for coming. I would like to request your help in our mission. Will you be willing to help protect us?
The water trembles in waves and it agitated kind of smashes up against the barrier. It's just like, what the fuck? Why should I?
And Lillian smiles. I understand. And pulls out a bag and shakes it. And it is full of crystal orbs.
It sounds like you are trying to bribe it.
Yes.
How many crystal orbs are in there?
If I read this chart right, 30.
Okay. Okay. You need to make a you have to make, since you're bribing, you need to make 2 persuasion rolls.
Okay. What is persuasion again?
So that's interaction. Since you are bribing it with something, I will give you a +1 to the roll, and it is a level 3. So are you going to add any interaction, Bene?
I have 5 interaction. Yeah, I'll add 2.
You can only add up to 1 for now.
I will add 1.
Okay. And are you adding any hidden knowledge or using any sortilege?
Can I say that the room is its own hidden knowledge?
Yes.
Yes.
You don't have to roll. This is with the bribery, with your interaction, and this hidden knowledge, you automatically succeed on the first roll.
Yes.
It pauses. It's like, I'm listening.
Well, if you join my friends and I and help keep them safe, this will just be for this one mission, event, outing into the Hollows. And then we shall be done with our contract.
You would need to roll a second time with your bonus still. Are you using any interaction or another hidden knowledge?
I will use another interaction.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
You need to roll at least a 1.
I rolled a 6.
The water stills and is calm, waiting for you to let it out.
At this point, I look at Ishmael, just like happily, like, and I did it, and I let it go. I release it from the circle,
And it immediately swarms and swooshes out of the circle, and just between the knees and the floor is a constantly spinning dark water around you constantly. We are at halfway, so we'll do Ishmael's summoning after we get back from break. So everybody please stretch, hydrate, pet your pets, and we will be back in 5 to 10 minutes. Bye. Hey, we are back from our break. I hope everyone had a lovely snack, drink, petting their pets. Please pet your pets for me. I love your pets. Where we have one more summoning, and this is a very intense music, but it's gonna stay, so it's fine. While Ishmael is about to describe how he summons, I have pulled the next card on the Silver Sun. Oh wait, no, the Invisible Sun. It's the Invisible Sun. The Suspicious Hound, which is Ravens, revealing, revolutionary, value of 0, vision, swans, blades, and water, meanings doubt, suspicion, lack of clarity, judgment, and decisions. Indigo magic is enhanced, gray is hindered. So all empaths get a +1 to their ventures.
Does this go on the hand in the order of?
What?
I'm not making sense, am I?
No, this is on the Invisible Sun before we go back
Okay.
to Silver. So
Okay,
this card,
gotcha.
since it's on
Is
the
it this-
Invisible Sun, Eleanor and Ishmael will have a +1 to all their ventures, as well as Indigo magic being enhanced and Gray is hindered until we come back to Invisible again.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was asking.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So yeah, keep note of that.
Yeah.
Okay, so +1.
So
Is this the Testament of Suns?
I believe so. I don't often get to the Invisible Sun in my
Yeah.
in my cards.
Yeah, this one would be the one that's held on the testament, which is why I asked about the hand.
I'm not grabbing my testament.
Cool. I could reject it if I want, but I guess I won't. It's fine.
Yeah, it doesn't really affect you. Alex is getting their testament.
I'm
Anyway,
gonna get my testament so y'all know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
For anyone who is curious, this is a testament of suns.
and
It's a 6-fingered hand.
every Vizsla in the group except for Alecto has something that looks exactly like this on their person at all times.
I wonder, can I make this hold a yes card? Let's find out.
Anyway, while Alex is doing that, would you like to describe your summoning?
Firstly, Ishmael discards this black robe that he had covering him, and you see instead what I would describe a battle corset that he is wearing that is kind of black with strips of white and bright gold, and kind of folds it down and sits within the circle because it's already a protective circle, so you wouldn't need to cast another, and breathes in as he will reach out to summon, hopefully, an angel. And as he kind of like prepares his spells, he envisions in his mind his prior connections with angels, bright light, the many eyes, the glowing feathers, as he manifests that onto his hands and his arms around the circles, and attempts to conjure an angel to have a colloquy with.
Yeah, what level creature are you summoning? You can summon up to level 5 since you are a 2nd degree.
That costs me something though, right?
Costs you sorcery. April, make sure you marked off 3 sorcery for your summoning.
Yeah, so I will mark also level 3. So yeah.
Okay.
Actually, no, level 2. Yeah, I counted wrong.
Oh, you're gonna summon a level 2 creature?
Yeah.
Okay. So your creature inside the circle, what kind of happens is a fog forms, and kind of what looks like a oval with, like a semicircle, but more ovular instead of circular, appears, and out walks a very, very large, almost bear-like creature. Large teeth and a long snout. And it kind of sits back on its haunches, looking up at you.
I'm sorry, I'm so excited that it's a bear.
It's kind of like a cross between a bear and a dog.
Oh, I love that. Even better.
I'll put an image in chat for y'all. I'm pulling right from the card for this.
Thank you. Ishmael kind of like opens his eyes and looks upon this entity, and he says, "Honored entity, my name is Ishmael, and I call upon your assistance to lend your use of your power to assist myself and my friends to guard us, protect us from all dangers of the Hollows, and to not smite the conjured entities that we have upon ourselves."
As you mention these conjured entities, you all hear a low growl as its eyes dart right to Lillian and right at Lillian's feet, where the demon water is just kind of swirling back and forth. And why should I associate myself with someone who is currently consorting with demons, even though you did not summon it yourself?
Because the threat we face is far greater.
Make your first roll. It sounds like you're persuading. This
am.
is a level harder because you have a demon within. So normally it would be a level 2 task. So this is a level 3 task. You are persuading, so you have a +2. Actually, no, you automatically succeed because of the card.
Nice. Okay.
Never mind. Okay. And how do I know you're just not going to let it go? And how can I trust it to stay on its best behavior?
Because the dangers we face are far greater than what is presently here. There are greater demons attacking innocents in the Hollows. A threat we must face now.
Will it not stab us in the back? And this is kind of half also talked at Lillian as well. Still addressing you, Ishmael, but also addressing Lillian at the same time.
I trust in my friend's skills, and I will not allow that to happen. You have my word on that.
If it does happen, will you allow me to take care of the thing?
Should they attempt that, yes.
Very well. I'm also assuming you are also going for the guard summoning.
Yes, I believe that's the one. Yep, guard.
Yes.
Do I have to make another roll?
No, you've automatically succeeded because of the cards in play and your skills.
Wahoo!
This was just flavor roleplay.
Wahoo!
Release me.
And Ishmael will move his hands to snakes on either arm and release them.
This creature walks out of the summoning circle and walks past you, Alecto, because instead of like on its haunches, it stands up. Go ahead.
I don't think Alecto,
Would've
they are
watched.
specifically not in here because they feel like they'd fuck it up.
Fair.
They're not in here.
Okay, that's fair. And it stands, it's very tall. It's large. It's huge.
I'm so happy.
Can I say I'm waiting with Alecto?
You may.
I love them.
Your summonings are complete.
I think at some point during this, because you mentioned that the demon that Lillian had summoned was like circling around her in like a puddle. I think at some point Roshni would have tried to go and like poke it to see if it feels. How does it feel?
Smacked at you. It would kind of like harden like a shield around Lillian. It's doing its fucking job. Guarding her.
You did a really good job here, darling.
If it goes to swipe at Roshni, I'd be that's part of the group.
It doesn't speak in words, but you're like, my first priority is you type of feeling.
I think if it's okay, Alecto has something to say to Eleanor in the other room, if that's okay.
Everyone is summoning stuff, yeah.
Yeah, I think Alecto again is kind of just like, they're playing with the dagger again. They're kind of like balancing the tip on like I think the plate that they had been eating from, just like looking at it for a little while. And then they turn to look at where Eleanor is. Probably not petting Umbra anymore because Umbra's probably with Lillian, but are you wearing a different face today too, Eleanor?
Yes, I am. For now, at least.
Why?
Oh shit, that's an odd number. Fuck. Too many reflections.
And Alecto seems to do the mental calculations, remembering also the alleyway with the mirror. This house does have a lot of mirrors.
It does.
Perhaps next time we can meet somewhere else.
I would appreciate that, if we could.
I'll make sure to keep it in mind.
Thank you.
And eventually Ishmael and Lillian come back with Roshni, but also swirling demon water and a very large bear wolf creature-like friend that is at eye level with Alecto when it's standing on 2 feet. It is wider than you, though.
Alecto kind of looks at it. And then they look at Ishmael. What, was I not good enough? You needed a second body shield.
Darling, I have great faith in you. This is to protect all of us. Who's going to watch your back while you're watching all of ours?
Charmer.
Yes.
Always, my dear friend. Always.
All right, what are we all standing around for?
I guess we should get going.
Yes.
And
Beautiful. As you make your
gather our
Muted.
stuff.
Yeah. Is there any last minute prep you want to do before you go into the hollows?
I have
Yes.
books.
Sorry, go ahead. We'll do Ishmael last if anyone else has anything.
I'm gonna cast Myrmidon's Strength on myself also.
Okay. That's fine.
While we're at the house, I'm going to ask Eleanor, the angel, and the demon if I could photograph them.
Sure, I'll go for it.
Angel and demon don't really give a fuck, so sure.
Okay. I just have photos of this moment then.
Of Moth, Eleanor, and an angel and a
Mhm.
demon. You need to you need to compose it so Eleanor's between the angel and the demon.
There's a bunch. One of them definitely Eleanor's between the demons.
Oh yeah, Eleanor is always between the two of them. Roshni?
Roshni would ask the group before we leave, are we worried about being separated in the hollows at all?
I would be.
Totally myself.
We are
as well.
weaker apart.
I have a way for us to maybe keep, if we were to split into two parties or someone were to get picked off, I have a way for us to be able to see where each other are if somebody is willing to offer their senses to me.
You can take mine.
Would.
This happens at the same exact time.
Roshni laughs. Between you two, decide.
Actually, it might be smarter to do Alecto, just because if we
So
do get
what?
separated, to share senses. Because if anyone gets separated, you would be the one who would probably be running in first and most likely to not be seen.
You think
That's
I'm less likely to be seen?
well, if we get separated. I mean, you also volunteered. I just.
Roshni laughs and says, "Thank you, Lillian." Curse Maker, if you would. And they take out this herb from their pouch and they kind of break it in half, like cutting it into two different pieces. I know you don't like to touch, but for this, we have to.
As long as you haven't picked up any new curses, I think I'll be fine.
I guess you can tell me if I have then. And they hand one over, like one of the halves, over to the Curse Maker. And they hold out their other hand for the Curse Maker to take.
And they take it and they kind of like smile just a little bit. And they're like, "You can call me Alecto, little rabbit."
Alecto then. We have to ingest this at the same time and not break contact. And so I assume the two of them will ingest the herb at exactly the same time while they are holding hands. And essentially what this does is that we can now use each other's senses until the sun next sets. We can use our own, like, senses at will. We can kind of like flip back and forth between the other person and ourselves. And this is active until the sun next sets.
It is actually active until tomorrow night sunsets because the current card being played is Indigo Magic is Enhanced.
Ooh, okay. We get 2 days of being able to, I guess, see through each other's senses.
Wow, the inherent homoeroticism of sharing senses. I think also when that happens, from Alecto's perspective, the world is loud. And I think like if you're not used to it, it sounds like there is just like constant noise coming from everywhere. Like every little item is like making noise that almost resonates in a way that like the sounds reminds of colors and images and motions and words almost.
Synesthesia,
But everything
kind
is
of?
noise. Yes, yeah. But like
Yeah.
everything is making noise.
Oh, I think like Roshni would have like gone into like Alecto's senses and then like immediately pulled back, at least out of their hearing. Is that how it is all the time?
Have I ever told you how loud that little satchel of yours is?
It's a good thing that you can't actually hear what they're saying now, isn't it?
It is.
And I think, sorry. I was going to say, I didn't actually think about this, but now that you've mentioned it, I think this is also true. I think when Alecto pulls into Roshni, this, like, in terms of senses, it's very, like, normal, quote unquote, in terms of, like, what you would expect. Like, you can see what they see, you can hear what they hear, etc. But there's a hollow emptiness existing in that space. When you're in Roshni's, like, not like in their body, but like in basically in their body, like, you can, any emotion that you might have been feeling previously is like significantly dulled. It's like somebody put a blanket over the world. And that also actually applies to your senses, and I forgot this part, and now I have to tell you, this applies to your senses as well.
I put the thing in both of your chats, by the way. The actual herb. Ishmael.
Cool. While this is all happening and we're preparing or we're walking,
Gay number
Ishmael.
one. Gay number two incoming.
Gay number 2 incoming. Are y'all ready? Are you all ready? Ishmael would like to use his ephemera, the Noose Amulet.
Okay. I also want you to put me what you're saying in your chat for me with me.
Okay.
I
do
can
you
read
want?
it. But also
do you
read it
not
out
want me
loud.
to-
Tell everyone what you're saying, because tell everyone what it does.
I'm gonna send it in our development chat first for you, so that you can take a look at it.
I know what it does, but
Yeah. So I'll say what it does first. The new amulet, you access a new sphere. While this lasts, you can search for a person whose name or general appearance or nature you know, and learn their physical location, or send them a message of about 25 words and receive a reply. This task takes about an hour.
you'll have to. Let's say you did this like
Mm-hmm.
in the interim, because it is such a long
Yeah.
incantation. But I will let it go through before you go
Yeah,
to the
thank you.
hollows. You want to tell everyone what you're saying?
Sure, why not? Morning Star, where are you? I haven't stopped looking for you. These whispers of threats of harm to you. Please let me help. Angel Eyes.
I want you to make a persuasion roll.
Sure. What I have +1, and
You have a +2
for my
from your
persuasion.
skill. Are you adding a bene?
I will add a bene for this interaction, and so that is altogether. I think that's a +4 altogether.
+4
including
altogether.
That's alright. Okay, that I can't tell if this is a 6 or a 9. It's a 6. 10.
You get a response. That was to see if you got a response or not. Angel Eyes. I missed you. That's it.
Mare, I'm dying.
But you do get a response. You do get a response.
I got a response, but boy, oh boy, my heart. Oh, goodbye, amulet.
All right. The 5 of you make your ways to the hollows with your angel and demon guards. As always, it is very simple to get to the hollows, because in order to get there, you need to walk through the arch leading from Fartown, the pocket dimension, into the hollows. So anytime you leave Fartown, you are actually entering this space. So if anyone has left in the meantime to go to another district for whatever reason, you have probably at least walked through this dingy part district, because This is the lowest of the low. These are the slums of Saturnine, and it smells. This is near the river where human feces and junk and garbage end up piling up. There are people that live here, even though they technically don't need to. There are districts that are maybe a little more expensive, but still livable. And you would all just generally know a lot of people live here live out of spite because it was good enough for my parents and my grandparents. It's good enough for me, and it's just a very dour district. Besides their people, there are also a creature here that also are called hollow folk, which are essentially humanoid-shaped beings made out of ceramic, and they are hollow. They also live here. They eat, they drink, they speak, and are also just regular people. But when you pass through the gate, feel those eyes upon you, scrutinizing you, and come into this dank district. What are you doing? Where are you heading? Right now it seems semi-calm. On the other side, there were some Vizsla keeping guard, and there's a couple other people on this side keeping guard from the gate into Fartown, but right now it just kind of seems like a regular day at the moment. In general, you would know it doesn't always happen. It's not every day, it's not constant. They are kind of like strike raids along those lines, but where are you looking? What are you doing?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Shutter told me that Kiran and Avelia were going to be in the Hollows soon. Was I given a specific location?
I changed that a little bit because you clarified what exactly we were looking for. So I clarified that to Kiran's location at Bar. Before I forget, again, on the Silver Sun, I have the Endless Woods, value of 3, mysteries, brats, mirrors, and stones. Stoics get A+1 to their ventures. Meaning, sounds, natures, mystery, the dark side of the forces of life. The woods and the wilderness are untamed and unsafe. Travel through them is perilous. We hear things all around us that we cannot see. Trees and undergrowth conceal dangers and, perhaps, wonders. The Endless Woods is the location card of the Mysteries family, and rightly so, for it is the very home to the unknown and perhaps the unknowable. Green magic is enhanced, pale is hindered. Some general locations that you would know of in the district, which I also put the map in our Discord as well. There is a theater, which is kind of like just a comedy theater, some nice burlesque. There is the Penny Fair, which is kind of like a small market. And then Orleans Shelter, which Eleanor, you would know, is very similar to the House Without a Name. And she also gives shelter and food to people who need it. Those are the main things, along with homes and such like that. Where would you like to look around? Talk.
It might be wise for us to go to the shelter. Presumably the victims of these demon attacks would be there, and we might be able to speak to them, find out more.
Alecto kind of jerks their head toward the Vizsla who are standing guard. I bet they'd know where the trouble is.
In response to Roshni suggesting the shelter, my eyes dart towards Ishmael just for like a quick second. I agree.
Ishmael also nods about the shelter. And in response to Alecto, Ishmael would say, I mean, we can try and ask these Vizsla, but I wonder if they would caution us away. But it was a shot. We're already here.
Yeah, if you have business in the Hollows, I suggest don't, says this one Vizsla standing guard. Very similar to you, Eleanor, also has a face of an animal, but this time it's just a black cat. I suggest either taking the rail to wherever you need to go or go back into Fartown, because it's been like every other day. Sometimes it's a mess. Thankfully, it doesn't look like they're trying to come into Fartown, but like, because you were just kind of like chit-chatting right near there.
No, that's fair. We appreciate the warning, friends, but we have some tasks to handle.
It's your life. Throw it away if you
Ishmael
want.
nods and smiles.
To the house, then.
In response to the comment, "It's your life," I do hear the pail is nice this time of year.
They just kind of give a wry chuckle at that. Surprised you got a visa, if that's the case. Yeah, good luck. You foolish bastards.
Real quick,
Go ahead.
all through this and the journey, Lillian has been taking pictures.
Okay. Yeah, I know I mentioned this last time offline, but I didn't get to mention it online yet. When you do look through this new lens of yours, you do see very, very faint auras around just about everyone when you look through the lens, and it actually shows up in development until they stop drying. The funny thing is you don't see any auras around Roshni. And when you were taking pictures of Eleanor and the summoned entities, you don't see an aura around the summoned demon either. Yeah, Ishmael's is kind of goldish. Eleanor's is a deep blue. Alecto's is like a bloody maroon. Sorry, I'm just reading your message, Hamnah. But yeah,
I wonder what Roshni's missing.
I wonder what's going on. What's up with that?
Can't believe you have a metal detector, but for souls.
Beep,
That's
beep.
really great.
Beep, beep,
Let's
something's up
see
over
how
there.
long Lillian takes to figure that out, though.
yeah, it's Lillian. Why
It's
do you
Lillian.
think Alfred talked to Lillian? Anyway,
Yeah. Yeah.
naive child.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, as you make your way throughout the hollows, there are a lot of just people down in the dumps, quite literally. There are a lot of injuries that you see of just people who don't look like fighters. There are some of these hollow folk made of ceramic, broken in some places where you can see the inside of them and they are hollow. And eventually you do make it to the Orleans shelter, which actually kind of looks like a smaller version of the house without a key. It is tall and it is narrow and it is kind of lopsided in some ways and just kind of like tilts. But similar to your place, Eleanor, it is safe. There's a couple people.
Well, this house is not mad at me, is it? And Roshni will just walk in, hopefully.
I don't know. Have you offended it?
I don't think so. I've never been here before. But
I-
word travels fast.
Just make me.
Ishmael,
Or do you walk right in, Roshni?
Yes.
Okay, when you open the door, it kind of like, as you start to open it, it slams in front of you, like in your face, before letting you open it again, and it opens for you.
Eleanor, your house talks.
Yes, it does.
This isn't news. At least to Eleanor.
It's
Ishmael
like
just-
saying your house has windows. Yeah, it does.
Ishmael just pinches the bridge of his nose and it's just like, I don't know if starting a relationship of I hope I didn't piss this one off is the right one.
Welcome to my life, Ishmael.
I'm noticing.
Don't piss people off.
Have they
Well,
tried
see.
just not being mad? I don't know.
God damn it, Roshni.
Okay.
Are we okay? Are we all okay?
Yeah. We're okay. Ishmael is just here because he doesn't have any context for what happened with Eleanor. So he's just kind of like, why would you say that?
But yeah, everyone sees this door slam in front of Roshni. Like it's angry at them.
Typical little rabbit.
Has there been anyone like Roshni is not pissed off yet besides like Lillian? Besides Lillian?
Lillian's the only one that matters.
As you enter, the house actually has the same layout as the house without a key as well. It's like the very front has the living room and entryway. And Eleanor, you would know that there's a kitchen in the far back, as well as Oraline's personal rooms, and then however many floors it has right now, because it does change, it grows, and there are rooms above for people who need it. The only difference between yours and hers is that Oraline has made her front entryway there's a lot more cots of people who are hurt and injured to take more people in, because it's kind of full in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. There are people who are talking. There's a couple volunteers helping people wrap up injuries and such like that. And one of these people is a very tall, not as tall as you, Alecto, but taller than Ishmael. Very tall, big, fat, black woman. And she is talking to someone like kneeling on the ground, and she is wrapping their leg, like consoling them. Like fixing their injury, and you would know this as Oraline, the person who runs this shelter. And as the slamming of the door happens, she does look up, and as this weird entourage comes in, she's like, Eleanor!
Hello, Orlean.
Are you here to help, or is this... Or... Because honestly, I could use the hands.
A little bit of both.
You, and she points to Alecto, Ishmael, and Lillian. If you can go and help some of the people with bandaging them up, keeping them from bleeding out, please, I would greatly appreciate it. I would like some of these people not to bleed out and have their life in my hands. There are plenty of medical supplies, and she points off to a far wall. Get going.
Right away.
Lillian immediately just starts.
Ishmael is in awe of this woman's presence. And he's just like, yeah, sure, yes, okay.
Also, whatever you did to piss off the house, pointing at Roshni, don't do it again.
Oh, I wouldn't do that here. Don't worry. That was between me and Eleanor.
Yeah, okay, yeah, sure. Just don't do it.
Alecto kind of looks at their hands, like with a little. Well, their mask is on again, but they look at their hands, and then they kind of like look back up. They look at their hands, and then they like slowly and tentatively follow after Lillian and Ishmael.
Hey, gotta put everyone to work.
No, actually, because we know this, that you don't like to touch people, I think Lillian, when we get everything, we just immediately hand you like a giant pile of bandages. It's like, if you could just hand them to Ishmael and I as we work.
Oh gosh.
So I would like to do two things if I can.
Yeah.
One is come over to Oraline and sort of whisper in her ear, it would be selfish of me to hold on to this any longer. Use this as best you see fit. And I would like to hand her my, oh god, I'm going to butcher this word.
What is it?
Paragoric anodyne. This is a small white pill that heals one wound and all injuries.
Eleanor, you are a godsend. Thank you. I will save this for anyone who is massively hurt.
Of course.
She'll give you a hard, like, clap on the shoulder, like, a very energetic kind. But she is kind of strong and a little taller than you.
Yeah. The next thing I would like to do is come over to the like rolls of bandages that are being administered by Ishmael and Alecto and cast Vrion's Teleosis on them. When cast on an object I touch, the object becomes a perfected form of itself. When used according to its purpose, the object adds +1 to the action it is used for. So I would like to help them bandage these people up with this spell.
Okay. We don't have to roleplay this out, but the whole bandaging and process and such like that. But at least getting the major injuries taken care of is simple. And with the enhanced medical supplies, it is much easier. Honestly, also the amount of medical supplies she has is absurd. You would also know, Eleanor, you have no idea where she gets her funding from.
Yeah, I don't.
Like, she has so many supplies. It's ridiculous.
At this point, the only thing I've learned is not to ask.
She does take donations, though. She will not turn them down. And after some time, she kind of like brushes her hands, puts her hands on her hips. I appreciate the help, but you also said this was not just a help me visit. You are all very, very bold to be here this time of month, week. Gosh, it's been frustrating.
We're hoping to help out with your little demon problem.
Ugh, demons, Visley, pains in the asses. Ugh. How do you... Yeah. Honestly, it's been those fuckers against the Revelation for a couple weeks now. Feels like a couple weeks. It hasn't been a couple weeks.
And where have they been most focused? If you could point us in any direction, it would be appreciated.
She kind of gives you a look. Looks at the sword on your back. Do you got like 12 more of you?
We have a few helpers outside.
You mentioned those fuckers and the Revelation.
Yeah.
As in the demons versus the Revelation.
More like the people telling the demons what to do against the Revelation. Fuckers.
I know it seems very odd for us to...
Yeah.
I just saw that.
Yeah, like, just from like a one person to another, you should honestly just stay out of it. Out of the crossfire.
I
Unfortunately, we've already been pulled into it.
That's unfortunate.
Yes.
And at least you... Is anyone wearing their guns visibly?
Mine's in my bag.
So, because Lillian's is in a long box that is strapped to her back.
She kind of points...
Ishmael's ribs.
She points at Ishmael, Lillian, and Alecto, who are visibly armed. Y'all are foolish as hell.
Yeah.
I tried to tell them that guns wouldn't work against demons, but
Guns will work against demons. It's just that there's a lot of them, and getting caught in the crossfire by fucking King Nine and his goonies along with the Revelation. It's just like, okay, if you want to go visit the Pale pretty early, you'd be my guest.
Fucking knew it. Mare, fucking knew it. There we go.
I
Let's hold the fuck
assure
down.
you, I can handle myself.
I understand your concerns, but our main objective here as well is information. It seems that you are unfortunately at the heart of it all.
Unfortunately.
Have you, and you see him kind of like ruffle through his corset.
How are you ruffling through a corset?
Because he's tucked a little photo there. Think he's gonna leave that photo anywhere?
You're so fucking gay.
I know.
I need a gay card.
I know I am.
Why
But you
do I
love
have
me
a
for
gay
it.
card?
This is supposed to be a serious, like, a session, and yet.
And yet, I'm here. Anyway, there's a gay photo. I show the gay photo.
Yeah, they've been helping out with injuries.
Often?
as often as they can. But I've also been seeing them hanging around with, I don't know. I hate to use the word lieutenant, but
Lieutenant
someone who's
for
been
whom?
giving the demons orders.
What
And
does
the
this lieutenant
demons-
look like?
Dark hair, usually in a braid, dressed in blue. All of King Nine's lackeys dress in blue. It's kind of it's a style choice, let me put it that way. They could do better, but
Man or woman?
woman, fancy looking jewelry. They
On
nod to
there.
Alecto. Like that.
Roshni will turn to Ishmael.
He
It sounds like-
he has the widest eyes. He looks like it looks like Ishmael's seen a ghost.
It sounds like Avelia might be calling the shots around here.
Lieutenant Avelia. Under King 9. You see, he almost saying that as if not saying that in response to Roshni. He's just saying that out loud.
Do they have some sort of base, some sort of
Who? Which
space where these revenants, this King 9, the lieutenant, any of them?
one? Not around here. They come and they go, usually coming out of the expanses. And as she's talking, you all hear shouting from outside. Loud shouting. A couple sounds of shattering porcelain. As
I'm out the door. We're gone. Alecto's there.
fucking again. If any of you see anyone injured, please send them
We're
my way.
putting them in.
And there is running and sounds of people just stampeding across the. Yes!
Oh my god.
Yes!
Thank you, C.
Yeah!
I love it. Hell yeah. Just in time. Yes. Sorry, I got distracted by sword because there's also thirsty sword lesbians, everyone. Hell yeah. But you do hear the sounds of running, and I lost my thought. See. The sounds of just stampeding people running. And in the distance, you can see a couple demons flying through the air, ash, moving throughout the streets towards a central location. But there is also, as you kind of make your way through the streets, you also see these little, like, beetles with, like, faces on the bottom, and they every once in a
Mother
while they
bitch.
kind of latch onto someone, and there's a big explosion.
Fuck.
These are usually against people that are also. There are people grouped up. There's a couple people in blue along with demons, but also people that are dressed in just nice, but all matching nice clothes. I'm thinking along the lines of, like, you know, everyone's wearing a nice black suit and tie, but not a black suit and tie. All right, where are y'all heading? And in the meantime, I would also like all of y'all to roll movement task, please, for initiative.
On my way out the door, given the fact that I can hear some nonsense going on outside, could I cast teleosis on my gun?
Yes.
All right.
I will give everyone one thing to do as they make their way where they want to go.
I rolled a 1 again.
I do have a question for you, Mare.
Sure.
So I spent 3 sorcery to do the summoning.
Yep.
Would there have been any time to get any of those points back in the journey?
Yes, you have action rests. You can use one of those to refresh your sorcery pool up to full if you would like.
Okay, yes, I would like to do
Yes.
that on the journey here.
I would like to do that too.
You may. You are allowed.
And we're allowed to refresh one pool?
One pool.
Okay, I'm gonna bring my sorcery back
One
up.
pool per rest. Yeah, it's a pain in the ass. Not gonna lie.
You
Glad
said
I read that rule.
Stoics have a +1, right?
Correct, yes.
Okay, well, I rolled a 0, so I also have a 1.
Okay.
One,
the
buddies.
Is the empath +1 still carrying over?
It is.
Yes.
My dears.
Ooh, this music.
Eleanor, Lillian,
Lillian got a 4.
Lillian 4.
I rolled an 8, so with the +1, 9.
Okay, Eleanor 9. And Ishmael?
I rolled an 8 with a +1, 9.
Hey!
Okay.
Buddies.
So I need to know where y'all are going, or would you like me to describe, or like, are you heading right for the action, Alecto? Okay.
Yeah, they're looking. The first thing that they see that is causing, they're swinging their sword at it.
You gotta go. You kind of have to move a little bit because that's why that you've had one round to do something if you would like to, because it is not immediately right outside the shelter. There is it's probably like a couple streets down, and there are just suddenly these two groups clashing with these really nice dressed people, like along with people dressed in blue and demons and such like that. The demons you specifically see are occasionally these beetle-like creatures latching themselves to the faces of the nicely dressed people. You also see a creature that is, oh gosh, what are they called? A reptilian-like beast made of this dark red substance over stone, as well as this, a three-headed lizard-like thing, kind of like stampeding through the streets. As well as what I described to you before as these kitchenating martyrs, these beetle-like things, kind of like scurrying around. There's like a small swarm.
You have to do one thing.
Yeah, but anyway, Eleanor and Ishmael,
Holy crap, I hate that I'm...
you are
Well, you
above things.
Oh god. And we get to do one thing, right?
One thing.
What is our distance in relation to that skirmish?
I will say you will be there, I believe short is 50, within 50 feet. So,
Oh,
short range.
jeez. Oh god, I don't know what to do.
Eleanor?
if Eleanor, if you have
I
something
have
to
an
do,
idea.
I think.
So
Okay.
can I tell you what I would like, the effect I would like to have, and you tell me whether or not this is possible or how I need to get that.
Okay.
So, I want to get to one of those creatures that has latched down to someone, but I want to be able to touch the creature on my next turn before it blows up.
I can say you can get up to it if you
Yes.
spend your full round moving.
Yeah, so I will spend my full round moving. I want to be able to get to one that I think I can touch before it blows up.
Yes, you can do that.
Okay.
I will say
Yeah,
you can
so-
just straight up do that.
Yeah, so whereas y'all have never really seen Eleanor like run before, I'm just fucking booking it.
Can't imagine Eleanor running.
I can't either, but that's what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Ishmael?
Alright, so clarification question, you just choose one thing, right? Like run or do a thing, right?
Correct.
Okay, cool. So Ishmael, I think seeing that Eleanor is booking it is like, oh god, this is bad. I just saw those things explode. He's gonna run in that same direction.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say you're all within short range.
Okay.
So you're just getting within melee is what you're doing.
I want to be able to touch it.
Are you running towards anything specific, Ishmael?
So okay, I'm a little confused about distance now. So
Yeah,
short
it's-
range and close is different in Invisible Sun language.
God, I hate it. You can do with one, if you can be within melee range in one action. I hate these. I hate distance.
Because the reason why I ask, I know the reason why I ask is because the bite of the serpent is it attacks a close creature inflicting 2 damage, injecting venom that hinders
You
the
can get
victim's
within
next
close.
action. Okay, so that will only happen next turn.
Yes.
Me using that.
That is
Okay.
correct.
Yeah.
Yes. So. Ishmael and Eleanor, I would like you both to make a dodge defense roll, please.
That is physicality.
Nope, that's
or
movement.
I'm gonna like to
spend.
spend a bene from my movement pool.
Okay.
Same thing. Same as well.
You may do so.
Oh, thank Jesus. Okay.
8 plus 1 from movement plus 1 from card. 10.
Okay.
7 plus 2 is a 9.
Yeah, so these two creatures that I described before, this reptilian beast and like a 3-headed lizard, kind of like bum rush you and like try to attack you and bite you. Lillian, Alecto, and Roshni. This can go in any order.
I have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
It might be really dumb.
I'm here
But also
for
do it.
ridiculous ideas.
But I need some clarification on how a thing works, because there's no real... It says everything near you.
Yep. That
What is near?
that is the category. So basically anything I'll say are right around you.
Could I put myself where the things around me would be bad?
You can put yourself there, yeah. But you need to move to do so.
Shit.
Does
Fuck
anyone
it,
else want to do something while Lillian is thinking?
I'm gonna... Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry. And do you know what you want to do?
Yeah, instead of doing what I was gonna do, I am going to use an ephemera,
Okay.
and I'm going to pull a potion out of my pocket, pop the top, and drink it. It is moon milk, a milky white potion. As long as the moon is in the sky, you can fly twice. You can fly at twice the speed you can run.
Did you go at night?
Wait, shit, what time is it?
What time did you all decide to go?
I don't know.
Whatever is convenient for
Dusk.
this to
It's
work.
dusk. The
Fine.
moon
Whatever is
just on
convenient
the
for Lillian
horizon.
right now.
You
Yeah.
you all heard that this was happening closer in the evening. So yeah, the moon's in the sky.
And I will drink that and slowly, I guess, for effect, look like I'm about to start flying.
Sure.
So Roshni is not built for battle, really. So they are going to run towards the robed people, the people who are summoning these demons, and is looking for Avelia. Is Avelia in the crowd?
Roll me a perception task.
All right. Okay, so help me out with venture things. So I can add 1 from a bene.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
From perception,
You can add one
don't suppose-
perception. That is correct.
I don't suppose I could use a hidden knowledge because I know what Avelia looks like.
You may. You yeah,
Okay,
may add
cool.
another.
2. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna add 2 to my roll. I rolled a 5.
You rolled a 5.
Yes, so plus 2 is 7.
You do not see her, but you do hear someone giving orders, tactical orders.
I will run in that direction.
It's up.
Up as in like flying, like Lillian flying, or
know.
up as in like on a building?
You can't tell.
Okay.
You didn't make the full venture, but you were really close. That's
All right, that's fine.
you got something. They're not on ground level. Let's put it that way. Alecto.
Alecto runs outside. Everyone scatters, and I think there's a moment where they pause, and there's a huge this flicker behind their eyes of a different battlefield, hundreds of different battlefields, and they unsheath their sword, and it's almost like as they're moving, like there are like horses running behind them and people in like plate armor when it's actually like a demon, right? And they are just like moving with. So everyone's scattered, which stresses them the fuck out. All of their squishy friends are nowhere near them. So They're looking for anything that looks like it's about to try to ruin one of their precious little angels' day, and they are going to beat the shit out of it with their sword.
Yeah. So for flavor and just narrative stuff, even though you had a head start, so I'll say you were in the melee range before everyone else because you fucking booked it. So while you were getting there, Ishmael and Eleanor came up right behind you among other people, and those two creatures I described before are basically within immediate range between those two.
One huge fucking arc of the sword, baby. Let's go.
Do you want to describe to everybody what that spell does that you
Yeah.
cast?
So as Alecto swings, their tattoos like ripple almost, like there's like a wind that catches them. And my melee attacks inflict an additional 3 points of damage due to this spell. Just it's like they got a good pump going after the gym, but they are also just like totally somewhere else on a different battlefield. What do I do now? What do I roll?
You can roll accuracy to hit. Do you have any other I think Stoics have a +1 right now.
Yep. I also have my skill of heavy close combat with my greatsword
Yeah, you can also add that.
at level 2. I rolled a 9, 10, 11, 12.
Yeah,
12.
So how many damage is that? And which one are you going for? The 3-headed lizard or reptilian beast made of stone and blood?
Reptilian beast first. I don't know. How do I know? It's at least +3. Do I have to look up what my greatsword?
You have
Oh,
to
dear.
look up what I think great swords either do 4 or 6 damage. Which is in the key. So I actually have it open.
If it's a heavy weapon, it will do
Bless you.
6 damage, yes.
It's heavy, then it's 6, so that's 9 total.
How do you just completely obliterate this thing in one shot?
It's the fish, right? The fish from the shop where Alecto skewered it. It's the same thing, like poof, right through. So hard that I think it just kind of explodes outward just a little bit.
Beautiful.
And there's like this, I think like whatever color blood it has just like smatters like right across like the bridge of their mask.
Beautiful. Roshni, did you go?
I did. I was moving towards
got it.
Avelia.
Got it. Okay. Well, trying to figure out where exactly she is, but up. Somewhere up. Roshni, make me a dodge defense roll.
Okay, I will spend a movement Bene for this. I got a 3 + 1 is 4.
You are able to dodge out of the way as one of these beetle-like things go for your fucking leg.
Oh, thank God.
Back to the top of the round, Eleanor and Ishmael.
Cool. I'm gonna let Eleanor start first because you had a thing that you wanted to do.
Okay, I do have a thing I would like to do. Can you describe the person who is being grappled by this beetle thing?
Yeah, the person who is currently being grappled by this beetle thing has the head of a star, like a white hot star. They're kind of tall, and even though this beetle thing is like latched onto their like their arm or their shoulder, you can tell like they're starting to get a little crispy from their head. But they're kind of tall, just wearing these really nice clothes and just trying to take this thing off.
Sure. So I would like to use my forte ability, Draw Out Beauty.
Okay.
And it says, there is beauty in everyone. I make one creature that I touch incapable of making their next action a hostile one.
Who are you doing it on?
The beetle. I want to make it not explode so I can try to save this person.
What level is it?
This is 3 + 1 die.
Yeah, no, that succeeds.
All right.
It is a level
So-
3 creature.
Yeah, so I would like to just like, with complete reckless abandon, walk right into the sort of explosion range of this creature, just sort of like touch it and begin talking. Hey, it's okay. We don't need to do this. You don't need to do this. And try and talk it down.
Okay. Yeah. Ishmael.
What that is happening? What else is in the presents? Like, so there's the
You have
exploding
a
beetle that's
three-headed
being
lizard
talked
on
down.
you.
I got a 3-headed lizard on me.
Not
Fantastic.
anymore, you don't.
No, nope, that was the other one.
Ishmael sees this and goes, okay. And just instinctually will use his forte, Bite of the Serpent,
All right.
to attack a close creature, inflicting 2 damage and injecting venom that hinders the next action. So do I roll to hit?
You do need to roll to see if you hit it.
Okay, and that is accuracy.
You can use accuracy, and also the level of your spell is added to it. So what's the level of your spell?
Very good question. Level 2.
Okay, so you can add a 2 plus accuracy.
Level 2, I'll add 1. Actually, I won't add that. I feel good. I feel good. So let's just add 2 plus that 1. So 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah. You do your damage. How much damage was it?
That is 2 points of damage, injecting venom that hinders the next action.
Okay. Thank you very much. As you are doing your lovely little snake, I need you to make another dodge defense roll, please.
Sure. Dodge defense. That is a 6.
Okay. You are able to all 3 of these heads trying to attack
God.
you. Oh, I'm sorry. Make 2 more because it has 3 heads.
Okay.
I forgot about that.
Okay, that is 7.
Okay.
And another 7.
Okay. Yeah, I don't. How are you defending yourself against these 3 heads?
I don't know. I don't know.
So, as this is all happening, Lillian.
So now I can move and do a thing. It's the same, both, right? Or am I still only
you
one
can
thing?
still only do one thing.
I don't want to be here, so I'm going to fly up into the sky.
That's fair. That is a big fair mood. As Lillian flies, you all see a well-dressed, dapper-looking human that's 2 feet tall walk up to another creature, and just all of a sudden its mouth is like 6 feet tall before it consumes this well-dressed person, another well-dressed person.
I love him.
And then it kind of licks its lips before walking onto another person. Alecto, make me a dodge defense roll, please.
Could it be withstand just for fun?
No, because something's trying to leap at you.
That's fine. An 8. 9 plus 1.
You also dodge one of these beetle-looking things as it tries to latch onto your chest. You're exposed.
It like pings off my sword, eh?
Yes. And now Alecto and Roshni.
Alecto's just carving through everything. Whatever is like now on Ishmael, Alecto is turning and going for that too.
Okay, you may roll to hit.
Ooh, I knew it wouldn't last. I knew it wouldn't last. The good rolls. That is a 4.
You hit because it is hindered.
Oh, yes, baby. That is another 9 points of damage.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Thank you very much. Roshni.
Looking for the source of Avelia's voice, which I assume is Avelia's voice, the person giving orders.
Yes, you're looking again.
Yeah.
I will give you another. I'll give you a +1 because you know the general direction.
Okay, so this time I'm adding 2 to it. Okay, I got a 4 plus 2 is 6.
You can't pinpoint it.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah. You rolled a 7 earlier. The challenge was 8.
The dice, they hate me. It's
the dice
fine.
do hate you. I apologize for your dice. You need to cleanse them. Eleanor, this beetle falls over, just kind of like twitching on its back on the ground, like trying to roll around, and you see this face on the bottom of its like carapace, like crying.
Oh, good.
You just kind of like guilted it into stopping.
Yeah. Can I use a free action to tell the person to get the fuck out of here?
Yeah, you can tell them.
Go, get out of here. Go.
They yeet.
Shoot them out. Oh God. Okay. Let's see. Do I see? Are the beetle creatures that were attacking CM and Roshni still like close to them?
Yes.
All right.
They
So
kind of
I'm
like
gonna
landed past them.
I'm gonna roll a die. So CM is odds, Roshni is evens. That's a 12, so Roshni. So I would like to pull from my purse the small little Mauser pistol and aim it at the creature that is next to Roshni, and I would like to shoot a shot.
Eleanor with a gun is hilarious. Please don't hit me.
So I have 5 to start because the gun is level 4, and I have Vion's Teleosis on it, so that's 5. Do I need to roll?
No.
Okay, so I'll shoot the creature for 4 points of damage.
You shoot this little beetle-like thing that's really gross. And trying to kill your friends.
How bad does it look?
How many damage was it?
4.
It took a chunk.
Okay.
Yeah. Ishmael?
Cool. So beetle on ground, person ran away, someone's attacking Roshni. The thing that Alecto is fighting is no longer there? Or is it still there?
Looks really fucking bad.
It looks really fucking bad. Let's
Alecto-
finish that off.
Alecto kind of chopped one of its heads off.
I think Ishmael free action is just gonna be like, I'm always thankful you're on my side, pulls out his gun and is gonna shoot at that reptilian.
Beautiful.
With his poison pistol.
Do it.
So I just roll. In the item it says poison pistol, level 4, 1 Bene accuracy, 1 Vex physicality. Does it give me 1 Bene accuracy? Oh, I must use 1.
You need to. It gives you an increase to your pool.
Okay, it gives me an increase to my pool. Okay,
I keep forgetting
didn't
the
add
level
that.
of weapons, y'all. You hit.
Oh, okay, I hit. Cool.
Yes.
And I'm just gonna read it, and it is 4 points of damage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How do you kill this thing?
I think Ishmael, seeing Alecto pull up this great sword, chop one of its heads off, just instinctually pulls out this gun, exhales, and just shoots it right through the other 2 heads. And as he gets through with that, Alecto, you just kind of just see Ishmael's hands shaking, holding this gun, and doing that. We have the equivalent of a librarian shooting people, everybody.
It's good. It's a good image. Lillian.
Okay, now that I'm in the sky and far away from everyone, I can see Alecto cutting their way through the crowd, and I'm going to pull out my rifle and just aim at anyone near Alecto.
You can also see something else as well now that you have a high advantage.
Oh, really? What could I see with my
You-
high advantage?
You see a woman with a long braid dressed in all blue with light brown skin and dark brown hair, frustrating lookingly down at the battlefield.
Oh, I know they're bad.
She also has a creature of some sort standing next to her, some kind of demon in a dark suit with multiple eyes and such like that.
Okay, I just want to clarify April knowledge versus Lillian knowledge.
Mhm.
Lillian knows that this is a bad person and we need to find them, right?
Just in general,
Yeah.
probably.
Cool. You would have seen Lillian go down to aim at someone near Lecto, see that, lift it just a few inches, and aim and take a shot
Okay.
with their
Roll
rifle.
to hit. Your
Okay,
rifle
so-
is
Is a level 4.
level 4. You can use accuracy if you'd like to increase your venture.
Yes, I would. Can I use hidden knowledge?
How? What's your knowledge?
Lillian doesn't know that they have seen them before or remember. And so they would have some knowledge of Ophelia?
I don't know if anyone's told you, but like we can say your hidden knowledge to increase your like accuracy as you have like a height advantage.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
I have the high ground.
Yeah,
Yes,
you
that
have the
makes
high
sense.
ground.
Aha! I have the high ground.
Because this is a aiming ability, not necessarily a knowledge thing.
Cool. I was just trying to pull anything out of anywhere.
No, that's fine.
Especially because you're making me roll after now we already know this. I rolled a 9.
Yeah.
I rolled a 9.
Let's go.
Were you aiming anywhere specific?
I was not aiming to kill.
Mm-hmm.
I was aiming probably like not that's hard, the shoulder, just to stop them.
Yeah.
Because I know magic needs hands and voice, so I'm trying to take something out of the equation.
You hit her right in the shoulder, and it doesn't like go through. It looks like it stops embedded in her shoulder, and everyone hears, including you, Roshni, a loud cursing and a loud yell of pain of fuck, shit, ow.
Can we see where that's coming from?
At this point, yes. It is not.
Okay.
It is not hidden at this point because of the loud yelling.
Okay. Now that we know where the hell Avelia is, I would like to cast a spell to essentially transport myself to Avelia. Specifically using the quality of movement from fire and the quality of proximity from lust.
Yeah, I will say there is actually a really good effect for this. Give me 1 second. What is your... that's move 1 mile instantly. I say that'll be 5 sorcery to do so.
Okay. Can do.
And you can immediately do that. What does this look like?
Okay, so I think Roshni has been kind of frustrated, like looking around from being like, okay, I can hear them, I can hear her, she's somewhere around here, but like hasn't been able to pinpoint it until finally we hear, I assume this like gunshot go off as Lillian is shooting Avelia, and we hear the cursing, and I think finally something like it pings in Roshni's head where they're like, oh, okay, I know exactly where she is. And you can kind of see the fire in Roshni's eyes start to like flicker like once, twice, and then finally it kind of goes like whew, and it's like big. And just in that moment as well, I think like a ring of fire forms around Roshni and like travels up along their body, and by the time it dissipates, Roshni's no longer there and instead has transported themselves to wherever Avelia is.
Yeah, Avelia is on the top of a 2-story building, standing next to someone in a dapper black suit. I will post a picture later of what they look like. But like kind of like horns, multiple eyes, no mouth, kind of like a black mess of skin, like pitch, like tar. Alecto, is there anything else before you would like to do before Roshni? Can I
say one thing?
You may,
before?
yeah.
Okay. Yep. As Roshni arrives like on the roof, I think I like to imagine that Roshni has arrived like behind Avelia, and so wherever Avelia is looking, like Roshni's behind them and behind her, and they just kind of say, Avelia, I'm a big fan.
Alecto, is there one last thing you would like to do before it's mostly bugs at this point?
Yeah, I think Alecto like bips into Roshni's vision, like senses, as like right at that moment, right, to like see Avelia, like, and like the big fan moment, and then they like blip out, you know, because they're a little bit like, what are you murmuring over there? And I think they're a little dazed still. They're still trying to track where Ishmael, Eleanor, Lillian, where the fuck is Roshni? I don't even know where that is. You know, like still trying to like find them all. And it's just like, again, they're just carving their way through this street. They're just decimating shit.
I don't think you can fail hitting any of these bugs. So you're just like, yeah.
I hit as many as I can with the max amount of damage that I can, which will always be 9.
Beautiful. Until the end of the encounter, anyway. Yes. So, at that case, we will jump out of the initiative. And I'll say we can do a very short thing before we end for the night. What is going on? You
Can
say
I see? Okay, sorry.
Oh, so you all can hear the cursing. Maybe only Lillian can see the fact that Roshni has teleported behind Avelia, but you can get you can all see this person with this demon. I'll just say it's a demon. But yeah, what were you gonna say, Alex?
I wanted to know if I could see them. I would like to cast an ephemera incantation. The teeth of their teeth frighten us the most. This is level 7, +1 die. The teeth of a close being each form their own tiny mouths for a few moments. These mouths begin revealing some of the being's secrets. You learn one random but important fact about the being. All in close range gain 1 hidden knowledge.
You do need to roll.
I do. All right, 7 +1 die.
You do.
So is the magic that is enhanced by the Testament indigo? Because this is an indigo spell.
No.
Okay, gotcha.
I thought it was.
Oh, the testament.
I thought it-
Sorry, the testament.
It was
The
indigo,
sorry.
'cause-
Sorry,
Okay,
the testament, yes.
So this is indigo. So base level 8 +1 die.
Okay, you want to describe what happens while I pull a Sooth card and read it?
All right, yeah, sure thing. So I just like, as soon as I realized like, oh shit, that's like the person we are looking for, I sort of step back, and I don't have any eyes or recognizable facial features, but the Bella moth wings are flapping themselves into an absolute flurry. And I just sort of like have a hand reached out towards Avelia, and I'm just concentrating as much as I can, trying to pull and rend these secrets out of her.
Oh gosh. So it's a random secret.
But it's important.
It's
an
a very-
important random secret.
It is an important random secret. You're all gonna hate me, but I want to give you something really good, so I'm gonna leave the information for next week. I want to give you something really good, not pulled out of my ass. Is that fair?
That's fair.
Okay.
That's really fair. Before we end, can I just have a question so I can think about it for the next week to determine what happens?
You may.
All right. Long range. What does that mean in
It's-
Invisible Sun
Yeah,
terms?
I
It's not 2 stories high, right? That's
No,
not
it-
long.
no, it's not. Alex, you
Yeah,
know these. I think you know these ranges better than I do.
Oh gosh, I want to say long range is about 100 feet.
Yeah, I think it's like 100, 150 feet. And very long range is like 500.
Okay, understood. So I can't use my funny thing, but that's fine. How close is that dark figure standing next to Avelia?
It's like right next to Avelia.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I'll put a picture in later. They're cool.
Thanks.
Would this be a thing? Would I have shot again at the demon? Does it look
We'll figure that. How about we figure it out? What all the rest of everything next week? Because there's a lot
Sounds
of things
good.
going on. Yeah.
Sounds good.
There's like a bunch of different things going on. So, hey, hi, howdy. That was session 5 of Invisible Sun, the Soul's Confidant. A lot of busy stuff. We got some lovely combat in. We got to see Cursemaker go to fucking town.
I built them to do that exclusively.
And it's hot. But yeah, we're gonna go around, say, hey, this is who I am, this is what I'm doing, character arc stuff, joys, despairs, etc. Who would like to go first tonight?
I could go first.
Okay.
Hi y'all, my name's C. I use they, them pronouns. I am a dancer, digital artist, tabletop streamer. Most often you can find me on Transplanar RPG, which, if you don't know, is an all transgender person of color led 100% homebrew D&D 5th edition actual play live stream. We stream on Saturdays at 3 p.m. US Central Time. We have a huge announcement coming up I think in a few days, actually, December 1st. So that's like really soon.
That's in 3
Actually,
days.
so if you're not following us on our socials, like do it because the announcement is big. It's really good. It's gonna be a lot. I'm really excited about it. So check that out. Alecto, my darling. As much as I had fun, I think that they do get a despair for this because hashtag PTSD, perhaps. So I'm gonna give them a despair. I feel like maybe I advanced my arc insofar as venting a little. Maybe not. I'm not sure. What do you think, Mare?
Get some of that venting out. Get
Yeah, just
like I'm like at this point.
vent
I'm like
a
I
little
want y'all
steam.
to have acumen all the time, so just take it.
okay. I'll
This is
take
a
it.
short campaign, okay?
And then is that all I have to say? I think that's all I have to say. Is that it?
Yeah.
And then I will pass it over to April because you look busy.
I was busy trying to delete things off my character sheet that I don't have anymore. Hi everyone, I'm April. You can find me all over the place as April Breakgun. What do I do? Tuesdays, I play in a Percy Jackson Demigods game. So come check that out. Or Fridays when I play a magical girl. Or hey, if you're going to PAX, I'm running a bunch of games there, including Power Rangers.
Ooh.
Which means I need to practice my horrible laugh. But yeah, so come to PAX. I'm running a whole bunch of games. It's going to be awesome. As for today, though, I do not think did I progress my storyline? I don't know.
Just take an argument.
Okay, I'm taking it. I don't think I did, but I'm taking it. And joy or despair? I'm gonna go with despair for this one because there's a lot going on that she does not understand, and it's just really confusing. And she shot someone.
You did. I don't
That's
think you've ever done that.
No,
To your memory.
Oh shit, I don't like when you say it that way. As far as Lillian knows, the only time she's ever shot somebody is with a camera, so this is a whole new world. And then
But my God, does she have good aim?
oh, that dice is over here now. It's in a special spot. It's gonna get loved. And I'm gonna pass it to Val because they're in the middle of laughing.
Hi everyone, my name is Valiant, also known as Also Spirit. I use he, him, his pronouns, and I'm a TTRPG performer, GM, and variety Twitch streamer. I'm trying to stream more often on Thursdays and Fridays. We shall see how well that turns out. I play Ishmael, who uses he, they pronouns. I think Ishmael advanced their arc pretty dang significantly in this episode. Lots of feelings. And I believe this is a despair. I think learning about Kiran from Roshni's mouth and seeing the chaos in the hollows for himself, this is not good. This is getting bad. So, despair. So, now we got a popcorn. Popcorn. I'm sending this to Alex.
Hello, everybody. Hi, everybody. My name is Alex. You can find me on Twitter at PhoenixAxolotl. I'm currently a degenerate college student, 1 month away from graduating and becoming a degenerate engineer. But we have a whole set of finals to do before that, so we'll see how that goes. As far as projects go, this is the only thing I've been involved in, but I've been reading the Numenera source books again, which has been proven to be terrible for my schedule, but excellent for Twitch. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, let's see. Gosh, as far as arcs, I think I advanced both of them, specifically because of my conversation with Ishmael. And
I question your coping mechanisms of the other one, though.
I do too, but I'm gonna cross that bridge later. For Joy or Despair, I'm going to break the mold for both the party and for Eleanor. And I think I actually got enjoyed this session because I think that saving the star person from the beetle explosion meant a lot more to Eleanor than the time permitted her to express.
Okay, beautiful. And Hamnah.
That's me. Hello. I don't know why I made that sound. Hello everybody. My name is Hamnah. I use any and all pronouns, and I am a TTRPG performer. You can find me on Twitter at hshahid_. That's HSHAHID_, where I talk about all of the different projects that I'm a part of. So if you like what I do here, if you like me being an awful person, I'm a less awful person in other stuff. Yay. Roshni, I am. Don't look at me like that. See. In terms of progressing my arc, I feel like I did, even though there were lots of obstacles in the way. I feel like I definitely progressed my arc. In terms of joy, despair. There's nothing is going right for Roshni right now, like at all. They're trying to do things, and everyone is like, no, what if you didn't do anything? So
The
despair.
cards and dice hate you.
Cards and dice hate me. Just end me right now. It's fine.
And last but not least, hi, I am Mary. You can find me on Twitter at Archmage of Dice. This is also my only project right now. I don't know. I would like to change that. Get me in games. But anyway, yeah, that's really it. We have friends who roll dice. Come check out our other games. Right now, we have Mondays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, The Mind and the Martyr, run by our lovely Red Mage Ray. And premiering in January, we have the Urban Shadows game run by Reliable Elliot, and hopefully if I can get myself off my butt, I will make the promo image for the cast, because damn is it a good cast, y'all. Anyway, I hope you all have a lovely start to your week, and we will see you soon. Bye.